ranking upcoming movie franchise reboots by how dumb and unnecessary they are. In last place is James Gunn's new DCU, a reboot of the DCEU. Because we absolutely needed this. The DCEU was getting worse and worse with every film, which is such a shame because DC has so many classic characters that were just not getting the films they deserve. But James Gunn, we know this guy knows how to make superhero movies. And I personally cannot wait to see what he does with this entire universe. It all starts next year with his Superman film, which pretty much anything will be better than Man of Steel, but this is definitely a much needed reboot. At number 6 is the upcoming Chronicles of Narnia reboot being done by Netflix with Greta Gerwig as the director. I actually think there's a lot of room to improve on those original movies, and Greta Gerwig is a pretty interesting choice to do this new undertaking of it. Now, I've personally never actually read the books, but I know a lot of people that have, and they complain that the original movies either left out a lot of things or just skipped over storylines entirely. So this actually seems like a pretty needed reboot. Number 5 is the Scary Movie reboot, which just got confirmed today. If you don't know what these are basically parody and super meta horror movies that are just making fun of other horror movies. But yes, these movies are incredibly stupid. I'm still kind of excited for this reboot because I miss this era of just parody films. I actually think the Scary Movie films are actually pretty funny. Now, number 4 is where things start to get a little bit questionable. It's the upcoming Harry Potter franchise reboot. If you didn't know, HBO Max is making the Harry Potter series into a 7-season TV show. Now, I am a massive Harry Potter fan, so I am excited for this no matter what. And there are a lot of different subplots and just smaller moments in the books that they didn't have time to fit into the movies that I'm really actually excited to see in this series. However, it's just been over 10 years since the last Harry Potter film came out, so I feel like it's just a super weird choice to already reboot this. Mainly because of the casting. Like, it's going to be so weird to see a new big three as Ron, Harry, and Hermione. Even the other castings, like the professors, were such amazing actors in the original movies, and they had such perfect performances. It's going to be so weird to see like a new Hagrid or Snape. I think the later seasons are going to benefit from being a TV show the most because those books are actually super long, but the first 2 books are almost perfectly adapted into the movie, so it's basically going to just be the same story over again for a couple of years, so this just seems very weird. Number 3 is that we're getting a Twilight reboot, but not in the way you'd think. The reboot is actually going to be a new animated TV show, which I absolutely love doing this version of taking something live action and putting it into an animated art form. But what I don't like about this is that they're doing it for Twilight. Like, I think this would have been an amazing choice for the Harry Potter reboot. Like, it would have been a fresh take on the story. But more Twilight is about the last thing anybody needs in the world, and I'm going to be honest, I just do not care about this. Number 2 is somehow more useless though. We're having a new Karate Kid movie coming out this year in December. I feel like nobody's talking about this. We really know nothing about the plot, but Jackie Chan is going to be returning, but it still seems like this is going to be a soft reboot of the franchise. I'm going to be honest, I think the only reason they're making this reboot is just because of how successful Cobra Kai has been. But like, the original Karate Kid is an absolute classic, and like I said, Cobra Kai is incredibly popular. I don't know why they're not happy with that and they feel like they have to reboot this movie. The number 1 dumbest reboot in my opinion is the Wizard of Oz remake that we're getting. It's going to be directed by Kenya Barris. I'm not really familiar with his work. I don't have a problem with this choice. But what I do have a problem with is the original Wizard of Oz movie. I think this is overrated and absolutely garbage. Well, I'm obviously not excited for it, but you also know that the people that are mega fans of this original version are not going to be happy with whatever the remake is.